Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd show you how I remove polygel from my nails. These are my nails after about a week. Not much growth, but I am the type of person to do their nails on a weekly basis since I do quickly get bored with the designs. Removing polygel honestly isn't that hard. It takes me about 40 minutes to an hour depending on how quickly I work and how thick of a layer of polygel I have on. Moving on to the things that I use when removing my polygel. Here's the nail dust collector that I use. I got it off Amazon for about $40. I decided to lay a napkin over it today so it'd be easier to throw away the dust afterwards, but I ended up getting rid of it as you'll see later in the video. Continuing with the items that I use to remove polygel. 100% acetone, cotton balls, aluminum foil, a 100-180 grit hand file, and a cuticle pusher. I personally also like to use an e-file. I use this one from Melody Susie. I use it with a medium and fine grit bit. To start off, I take my 100-180 grit hand file and file off the top layer of my nail to get rid of that top coat shine. You don't really have to do this part if you don't want to if you use an e-file, but I thought I'd just show you anyways. You honestly really don't need an e-file to remove polygel. You can do it with a hand file, it just takes a lot of patience and arm strength to file it down to a thin layer. However, I personally would recommend getting an e-file if you can because it makes the process so much faster and easier. Next, I take my e-file with a medium grit bit and file the polygel down to a thinner layer so it's easier to soak off later. After going in with a medium grit bit, I sometimes will go in with a fine grit to file down the layer even more. I like to take my time trying to get the polygel layer as thin as possible without actually getting down to my natural nails and damaging them. I've definitely had a few times where that's happened when I first started using an e-file, and let me tell you, it is not fun having thin, brittle nails. It's basically taken me half a year to get them back to their normal state. Here's what my nails look like after I filed them down to as thin as a layer as I'm comfortable with. Now it's time to soak the nails in acetone to soften up the polygel so you can easily scrape it off your nails. I like to take small pieces of cotton balls soaked in acetone and then wrap them around each nail with a small square of aluminum foil. And then on top of the aluminum foil, I like to take an extra step and use these nail clips to give it an extra hold. You can get these nail clips off Amazon as well. I have used these nail clips on their own a couple of times and I personally do not like it because I feel like the acetone evaporates faster from the cotton balls since it's not securely wrapped up, which in the end causes me to use more acetone and cotton balls as well as extends the process of soaking. Once all my fingers are wrapped up, I let my nails soak for about 10 to 15 minutes. When the time is up, I remove the nail clip and foil and take my cuticle pusher to scrape off the softened polygel, working on one nail at a time. It may look like I'm scraping really hard, but I'm really not. It's actually really easy to scrape off. It just kind of flakes off on its own sometimes. Of course, there are times where the polygel layer is not thin enough to fully remove, so that's where I would go in again with my hand file or e-file to file it down a little bit more. And once again, wrap them up, soak them for a couple more minutes, and keep redoing that process until all the polygel is off my nails. Then I take a nail buffer to buff my nails to prep them for the next set. And that's basically it. Again, the process can range from 40 minutes to an hour depending on how quickly you work and how thick of a layer of polygel you have on, in addition to whether you're using an e-file or not. I hope this video was somewhat helpful, and if not, thanks for watching anyways. Please like this video if you enjoyed, leave a comment telling me about your process in removing polygel, and please subscribe to my channel as well as follow me on my Instagram. Bye!